Very good afternoon, children. Welcome to this live class. Yes, so today I am going to discuss about this non-finite verb. Okay? So what are non-finite verbs today? We will discuss. So let us know about this. Okay, so my dear children, only it's if you go to our website English with a difference, it needs hardly you need 3 minutes to read and you can know more about this. So let me discuss this in detail today, so that during while identifying you shouldn't do any kind of mistakes. So non-finites, participles, gerunds, infinitives, all these things I am going to discuss with you today. So first of all, I just want to discuss what are non-finites. Now everybody must have this curiosity in your mind. Ma'am said non-finites. So what are these? So what are non-finites verb? Okay, you have this curiosity in your mind to know. So I am just discussing. Non-finites are those verbs. Non-finites are verbs, but these verbs which have no subjects and are not changed according to the person or number of the subject or tenses. Okay, non-finites are those verbs which have no subject, just remember, and are not changed according to the person or number of the subject or tenses. And do you know, non-finites are of 4 kinds. Non-finites verbs, okay, are of 4 kinds. What are these? First of all, participles. I think all of you are knowing this name participles, then gerund, then verbal nouns, then infinitives. Got it? Participles, gerunds, verbal nouns, infinitives. Okay. So participles are of 3 types. Participles are of 3 types. First of all, present participles. Okay. Present participle is that, for example, walking stick is useful to an old man. Okay, so here participles, we have past participle and we have present participle, isn't it? जैसे हम लोग बोलते V1, V2, V3, B4. B3 is past participle and B4 is present participle. We call it present participle, and while writing present participle we are using ing, and जब past participle use करते तब क्या करते हैं हम लोग? हाँ, तब हम लोग V3 बोलते हैं इसको past participle, verb का third form बोलते हैं, that we are using. Okay, so here present participle, if we give example from this, so we have to add ing with verb. Example you can see, walking stick is useful to an old man. Got it? Now we should shift to past participle. Past participle अभी क्या है देखो. For example, look at the burnt wood. Look at the burnt wood. This burnt. So see that differences. Burn, present tense is burned, past tense is burned, and past participle is burnt. Look at the burnt wood. This is past participles. And perfect participles अभी क्या है देखो. Having gone. Having gone there, I found him missing. Got it? This is the example of perfect participles. So these are the examples of participles. अभी आपको participles के बारे में any confusion? Now more examples I can discuss. अभी participles using here attributively about it is using as a subject. When we are using present participles as a subject, so how will you write this one? तब आप सोचेंगे मैडम ing लगा के इसे क्या होता है, but it will be it used as a subject here. Okay, and subject is always noun or pronoun. जब हम लोग ing form लगाते हैं then it will become a noun. So देखो, walking stick is useful for an old man. So this walking we have used here as a subject. Got it? Next one is a rolling stone gathers no moss. A rolling stone gathers no moss. So here it is also using as a subject a rolling stone. Got it? So this is used as a subject. This present participle are using as a subject. Do you know how to use this one? So this way while writing you can use it. Now the third one is the burning train was running fast. The burning train, when we have burn is a verb, ing, when I have added ing, it become as a subject or noun we can say. The burning train was running fast. Got it? So this present participle used as a subject. Got it? So now predicatively. So meaning predicatively meaning what? Using it as an object. जब पहले प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल वी यूज्ड इट एज एन सब्जेक्ट. ओके, अभी सेम थिंग प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल जो यूज कर रहा है एज एन ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है. सो हाउ वी आर यूजिंग, यू कैन सी द एग्जांपल्स हियर. द ऑफिसर kept me waiting for an hour. So the officer kept me waiting. The officer kept me waiting for an hour. Okay, so here this waiting is used as an object here. Okay, now you can say we have double object. Me is also object and waiting is also an object. Okay, one is direct, another one is indirect. Waiting is direct object and me is indirect object. Okay, so used it as an object. Got it? Now the third one is, my dear children, all of you please focus on that. It can be used as degrees of comparison. When we are using, देखो present participle we are knowing the uses. First of all, present participle is used as a subject. Next one we learned present participle we can used as an object, and now the third one is it can be used as degrees of comparison. It can be used as degrees of comparison. So for example, Ram is more pleasing than my brother. Ram is more pleasing than my brother. Okay, Ram is more pleasing than my brother. So here this is example of present participle. So here this pleasing it used here we have used as in degrees of comparison. जैसे beautiful, more beautiful हम लोग करते, but this participle also we can make it because it become, you know, when we are using more and most it will just coming to this, you know, criteria, degrees of comparison. Got it? Now next another one is that fourth number, all of you should remember, absolutely with a noun or pronoun going before it. We can use these participles absolutely with a noun or pronoun going before it. For example, the sky being clear. The sky being clear, I went to play. The sky being clear, I went to play. Next example, the river being shallow, I went to swim. The river being shallow, we went to swim. God willing, we shall meet once again. So my dear children, please follow this one. The sky being clear, I went to play. Absolutely with a noun or pronoun going before it. Absolutely with noun or pronoun going before it. The sky being clear, I went to play. Okay. The river being shallow, we went to swim. God willing, we shall meet once again. So these are the examples of present participle. And now another one is, it may be modified by an adverb. It may be modified by an adverb. So another use, you can see, loudly knocking at the door, he demanded admission. Modified by adverb loudly. Loudly knocking at the door. Loudly knocking at the door, he demanded admission. So here knocking, it may be modified as an adverb. See, It modified loudly को कैसे loudly? How? Loudly it was loudly what it was? Yes, loudly knocking at the door. He demanded admission. So another one, like a bird, it may govern a noun or pronoun. So hearing the noise, the thief ran away. Like a bird, it may govern a noun or pronoun. Another uses. And last one is that used as an object complement. देखो कितने तरीके से हम लोग ये participles यूज करते हैं. Okay, these are the ways when we are using participles. तो as an object complement क्या है? I saw Ram begging. I saw Ram begging. It is an object complement. ठीक है? So these are the some rules of using present participle. My dear children, please visit that site and try to remember it forever and ever and ever. So never try to forget that one. Okay. So now errors in use for participles. Now some of the errors also you may find here. So the participles being a verb adjective, the participle being a verb adjective, it must be attached to a noun or a pronoun. So example you can see. Sleeping on the bed, the snake bit the baby. The sentence is wrong. How will you write this sentence? You can see here, sleeping on the bed, or you can write, while sleeping on the bed, the baby was bitten by a snake. So if you speak like this, sleeping on the bed, the snake bit the baby, so it will be wrong. So sleeping on the bed or while sleeping on the bed, the baby was bitten by a snake. This is right one. Now next one. Standing at the door, a cobra bit him. Now how will you say standing at the gate? Okay, or you can write while he was standing at the gate, a cobra bit him. Okay, so this is the first one, participles I discussed with you. So now more rules about this. Now use of past participle. My dear children, jitna participles, present participles I have discussed, you have understood or not? Or do you have any confusion regarding the same? Anybody has got any confusion? You understood, my dear children? Then I'll progress. Dekho, participle, I am not telling it's a very tough thing. But thing is that some of the criteria while using we have to remember remember it, otherwise you may make mistakes. So you just tell me, you give me consent. If it is clear, then I'll continue, or else I'll discuss once more. नहीं तो मैं progress करूँगी. Next I'm going to discuss the next one. This is not so easy one, so you need to practice. After that you will get exercise. जब error correction करने जाओगे, अरे मैम ने तो ऐसा बोला, then if you can remember, I'll give you certain questions, and this question of course it will be in integrated grammar. सीधा नहीं देंगे, then everybody can write. Okay, now no doubt, so I'll just progress. Okay. So now the next one you can see use of past participle. Use of past participle. So past participle represent a complete action. Past participle represents a complete action. Okay. It usually ends ed, d, t, en or n. Past participle जब हम लिखते हैं तो कैसे लिखते हैं? हाँ, जैसे go, went. Sometimes we are writing feel, felt. Okay, if you say burn, burned. Then you can say make, made. Find, found. Continue, continued. Finish, finished. So ed we are mentioning t, we are mentioning en. Okay, beaten, bite, beaten. So some of the words we are using. So to form perfect tense, देखो we have to use have, then be3 is used. ठीक है, present perfect. Got it? Next one, to form the verb in passive voice. जब passive voice बनाते हैं तब भी हम लोग क्या करते हैं? Past participle we are using. Okay, the moon was seen by me. If I say I saw a moon, then when I'll change it to past passive voice, what will be the answer? The moon was seen by me. This will be the answer. And now as an adjective we are also using. So how you are using it as an adjective? You can see, let the departed soul rest in peace. So this departed is used as an adjective here. Okay, now to transform a complex sentence into a simple sentence. To transform a complex sentence into a simple sentence. Blinded by a dust storm, they lost their way. When we are change it from complex to simple, we can use this kind of words. Now, fifth one, after the objects of the verb, see, hear, feel, find, get, keep, make, like, went, wish, etc. So, we can see this example. Example is that we saw a few trees laden with trees. We saw a few trees laden with trees. This is the example of the same. So this is the use of past participle. अभी देखो perfect participle क्या है? Perfect participle, if you want to see, you can see here. Perfect participle presents an action as complete as some past time. Meaning just completed their action. Okay, it tells about some past time, matters. So having rested, we continued our journey. Example, you see here how beautifully it is used. Having rested, this is the uses of perfect participle. Just remember uses of perfect participle. Most of the children while writing perfect participle, they make mistake. So having rested, we continued our journey. Next one is having finished my breakfast, I went to the school. Having finished my breakfast, I went to the school. So this is another example. Okay, so you understood perfect participle, past participle and present participle. My dear children, you can tell me anything if it is there in your mind. Okay, this lesson, participle, non-finites, infinite, all these things are not very tough. But thing is that when to use what, that we have to know. This is the most important thing. Okay, if you avoid, then you can't get good marks. So it's your duty to learn more, know more. Sirf yes ma'am लिख रहे हो सब कोई, and if I give any question, then you won't give answer. Okay, so my dear children, it's your time to learn, it's your time to know more about this, it's your time to show result. Okay, so what we have learned today, we have learned non-finites. What are non-finite verbs? There are 4 types of non-finites. What are these? Yes, can you browse the same thing again? Chalo, go back. Yes, all of you just remember once. What are non-finite verbs? Yes, non-finites are those verbs which have no subject. देखो, and are changed according to the person or number of the subject or tenses. ठीक है? तो देखो, there are 4 types of, 4 kinds of non-finites. So what are these? First of all, participles, then gerund, then verbal nouns, then infinitives. These are the 4. And today we are just discussing participles. Participles ही इतना बड़ा है, बाकी हम लोग कर लेंगे. पहले participles और gerund जो है ना, this is the most important thing. You have to know more about this. Okay, तो अभी participles क्या है? Participles are of 3 types. एक है present participle, next one is past participle, third one is perfect participles. Okay, so example is that when we add ing with the verb, it become noun. So here using it, when we are using it as a subject, it will placed as a noun here. Next one, it is using as an object, okay, or you can see as a predicate we can use. Next one is we can use it in the degrees of comparison. This kind of words, more pleasing. And next one is absolutely with a noun or pronoun going before it. And next one, it may be modified by an adverb. After that, like a verb, it may govern a noun or pronoun. Next one is as an object complement. So these are the use we are using it in present participle. So present participle कब कब यूज होता है? So these are the certain rules. ठीक है, अभी देखो इसमें एरर टाइप का कुछ सेंटेंस हमने दिया आपको जो सही है, दैट ऑल्सो आई हैव शोन. नाउ यूजेस ऑफ पास्ट पार्टिसिपल, प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल ओवर पास्ट पार्टिसिपल. पास्ट पार्टिसिपल, how to make past participle when we are making present tense to past participle? Most of the time we are using ed or else d or else t or en or n. These are the certain way of changing these participle means tenses. So देखो, when we are using to form perfect tense, we are using past participle जब हम past perfect tense बनाते हैं. ठीक है, जब हम लोग past participle बनाते हैं तब we are using past participle form. और देखो, when we are changing active to passive voice, in passive voice we are always using past participle. B3 हम चिल्लाते रहते हैं B3 को लेके. Okay, after using be verb we are always using B3, so it is used in passive voice. Got it? And next one is we are using the same thing past participle. और कब यूज करते हैं? जब using it as an object, adjective. तो एडजेक्टिव यहाँ पे देखो, let the departed soul rest in peace. So this is used as an adjective. अभी नेक्स्ट देखो, जब हम लोग ट्रांसफॉर्म करते हैं, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑफ सेंटेंसेस करते हैं, कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंसेस सिंपल सेंटेंस बनाते हैं, तो दिस इज द ओनली वे टू मेक द सेंटेंस इजी. For example, blinded by a storm, dust storm, they lost their way. And last one, after the objects of the verb, see, hear, feel, find, get, keep, make, like, went, wish, etc. So we can see this one. We saw a few trees laden with trees. So this is another example of past participle, uses of past participle. Got it? Now next one, here, perfect participle. Perfect participle, how to use this one? Perfect tense में हमको क्या चाहिए? Have और has चाहिए ना. But when we are making perfect participle तो has नहीं आएगा, सिर्फ having आएगा. Have के साथ ing. जब हम लोग have के साथ ing लगा देते हैं, that it will be past participle form. So for example, you can see having rested. Having rested, we continued our journey. This is the use of past perfect participle. Next example, you can see having finished my breakfast, I went to the school. So this is another one. Got my children? So this is the lesson of participle for today. So my dear children, so if you have any doubts, you just ask me, or else I'll just discontinue my lesson. Please, you visit this site, English with a Difference, and another my blog. I am giving address. ओके, सुनंदस क्लाउड क्लासरूम blogspot.com, इसमें आप विजिट करो. सब कोई दोस्त हु हैवन गॉन, उसमें जाके नए जो अपलोड किए हैं उसको करो. ठीक है, दिस इज योर टास्क फॉर टुडे. एंड ऑल ऑफ यू विजिट इंग्लिश विद अ डिफरेंस. एंड ये जो मैंने साइड अभी पढ़ा है नॉन फाइनाइट्स बार, सब जाके और एक बार पढ़ो. एंड टुमारो आई विल डिस्कस इन डिटेल फुल लेसन. आई वुड लाइक टू कंप्लीट इट बाय दिस वीक. So please visit that both the site. Okay, and all of you please study well. Now school is going to reopen very shortly, so that's why you have to be very focused on that. You have to be very sincere in that, and try to do all the work whatever we are given to you. Okay, thank you children, thank you very much for attending this class.